Okay, now we live. What's going on?
Man, just chilling, bro. Fucking got to sleep in today, rest a little bit.
Yeah,
Damn.
did I wake you up texting you?
Nah, it's hard telling what woke me up. I woke up probably an hour or so before you texted
Yeah. Well, sadly we got a lot to talk about.
me.
But like I said, I have 33 questions written down.
Damn, 33. That's a crazy number. But
I got
I
I
shit.
got simple questions. Hey, what up, Beth? I got simple questions, and before I get started, y'all in the chat, y'all can ask him anything. He'll answer anything y'all want to ask him in the chat. And I'm gonna start off with the simple question. How did you get started in country rap?
Man, I wouldn't say I got started in country rap. Like I was doing just regular rap. So I started like 2007, 2008, and then put out my first mixtape in 2009 that was Country Fried Volume 1. And I was just rapping about being from the country before there was even such thing as country rap. So country rap to me was never something like a goal, like I want to be a country rapper. Like I came home from prison in 2019 and the whole country rap genre kind of became a thing and had taken off. And me being a part of country rap really came along with doing music with Shaka and him being a country rapper. And I kind of got drug into that lane. And a lot of those same people were the ones listening to my music. So, I appreciate the country rap fans. And I think nowadays any white rapper that's on the underground gets labeled as a country rap artist.
Yeah. Um. Let's see here. I'm totally not doing these questions in order.
Oh, you good?
Uh. Where did you get the name B Millie from?
Man, it's just real simple. I was in alternative school whenever I was 17 and I wrote my first raps and I just wrote B and then Millie with a Y and then later took it and changed it to a I, but it just comes from my name, Brian Milhorn.
Um. This ain't on it, but may I ask what did you go to prison for?
I went to prison in 2015. I actually like went to county jail, but I went to prison 2016, but aggravated assault, conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, possession of a firearm by a felon. I had originally got charged with kidnapping, which got reduced down to whatever the misdemeanor version of that is. I forget what they
Yeah.
call it. Um, I was charged with simple assault and a couple other things. I actually got picked up in a different county than the county that I had uh, got the felony charges in, and got caught with some weed and a scale. So I got charged with that too. But the main charges that sent me to prison was the gun and the aggravated assault charge.
Yeah. Uh. This is getting deep into like the drama. How did you meet Shaka Hustle Man?
I met Shaka at a show that I was doing, opening up for Struggle Jennings, and him and his homie Trivy, who is also one of his producers and his right hand man, a real good guy. They were just running around picking up trash, doing whatever they could to kind of help out at the show. And from the story I got told, Shaka and Trivy were in the line waiting to meet Struggle, and they heard me performing. And Shaka wanted to come over and check out my music because he liked it. And then, without me knowing that, I saw Trivy running around with a camera. So I told one of the staff, like, "Hey, have them come holler at me if you can." And they ended up making it backstage, and I saw one of Shaka's music videos they had filmed on the camera that Trivy had, and I just instantly saw something there. And we decided to work, and we ended up doing our first song together like a week after that.
Yeah. Uh, like I said, I'm starting off with the easy questions, and then I'm gonna get into the newer stuff that went down. Uh, what when you record your music, what do you want people to get from your music?
Man, that's a good question. The main thing that I want them to get from my music is that no matter where you're at in life, you can bounce back. That's the main message that I want people to get from my music. Like I want them to be able to look at me and see the places that I've been and see the shit that I've gone through. And then I want them to see me at a better place in life and be like, damn, if that guy can do it going through the bullshit he went through, like I can do it too. Like that's the main thing that I want people to get from my music.
Uh, Beth said she subbed to you the other day.
Appreciate it, man. And that's something too that like I'm highly appreciative of anybody that takes time out of their day to check out my music, to subscribe or follow me on anything. Like I appreciate that stuff, and I'll always appreciate that. So once again, I appreciate it, man.
Um, when you like, whose idea was it to do an album? You and Shaka. Between you and Shaka, whose idea was it to do the album?
It was kind of a joint idea. Like we had, songs that we had worked on, but we also wanted to continue to work on songs as he was starting to work with bigger artists and different artists, but we wanted to really make something that represented our area and it'd be something bigger than just a song. So, over like a 2 year period, just whenever we could and we had free time in between, him working on his music, me working on my music, or us doing shows or whatever, like we would get in the studio and do a song. Like if you actually check out the album, like there's songs on there all the way from 2023 to 2 weeks before the album had released. So,
Yeah. Let's see here. You asked me this question the other day, and I never got a response out of you when I asked you. Not trying to be rude or nothing, but what top three country rappers do you support the most?
mm, damn, that's a tough one.
I know you asked me and I asked you, but you never answered me, so I figured I'd add it in there.
What were your answers?
Mine was I said I was sorry I had to put Big Murph first.
Okay,
You and Justin Time are second, and then Adam Calhoun.
okay. Well, mine won't be any of those. Just and it's not because of the music. It's just because I know the people,
Yeah,
and just from personal experiences, like Adam would definitely never be in my top anything. Uh,
we'll get into that here later.
Justin, I thought. Now I do feel like Adam, whenever he collabs with people, that's when he shines. Like whenever he does a verse on somebody else's song, like that's
Yeah,
whenever you probably get the best version of him. I think Justin does some dope stuff sometimes. I think that he's a good business minded person. But as far as people that I support in the country rap lane, like I honestly don't listen to a whole lot of country rap. It's just never been something I've been a big fan of. But if you were to make me say like who do I support, like I want to see Shaka go far. So I put that number one. Like I want to see him go to the moon. So I would say Shaka. I think Katie Noel puts out some dope music, and
yeah,
she's also from East Tennessee. So I put her up there, and let's see here. Even though like a lot of people don't like his music, I'll say Rocky Luciano just because he's one of the realest country rap artists or people in the lane that I've met.
I've never, to be honest, I've never heard of that name.
And that's something that is another reason I don't like Adam, because that's one of his best friends, but he doesn't do music well.
Yeah. Did you when you and Shaka recorded the album, did you ever think it would break history? Make history?
I felt like we were making something that was special, and I did have that sense of like one day, kind of like, they dig up old bones now. Like I feel like one day there was going to be kids from this area that would hear this and be like, damn, like who are these guys? Like, and I felt like it was something that would live on forever at the time that we were making it. Yeah, like I felt like we were making something special. But as far as it like charting, we didn't have any expectations of that. We never spoke about it. Um, I really didn't think that was something that would take place. So whenever we got the word that that happened, like I was just as shocked as anybody would.
Thanks, Karma. Um, so why you don't have to go into detail if you don't want to, but why do you think they tried to ruin your career after it went platinum or whatever?
It didn't go platinum. It just charted on the iTunes charts. And from what I'm seeing, like it's not easy to chart high on the iTunes charts. Like Hosier just put out an album. I think he got to 64 on the
Yeah,
iTunes charts, and he's got a pretty decent following. So the fact that we got to 59 on the iTunes charts with zero dollars in promotion towards the album, like that's kind of crazy. But I think it kind of speaks for itself why and it wasn't just then, like it was months leading up to that, like, and it was different people at different times, but people were continuously trying to come between me and Shaka. Like anything that they could try to do to try to like put word in my ear, oh Shaka's talking shit about you. Put word in his ear, oh B Millie's doing this, that. Like people were trying and trying and trying to get us away from each other because I feel like a lot of people saw that as a threat. And then the people
yeah,
like that are higher up in the country rap community, like whenever you've got a kid in Shaka that is 23, 24, and is really one of the, to me, Shaka is a generational talent. Kind of like you've got like a LeBron James, a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant. Like when in
yeah,
country rap, I feel like Shaka is a generational talent. And I feel like somebody like Adam wanted to be able to have control of that and put him under his wing. And with me there, I felt like they saw me as a threat. And
yeah,
that's not just my words, like that's words coming from other people that told me they felt that way. And then I kind of looked at the picture and I'm like, well, it makes sense. But I feel like us being able to accomplish success that we were beginning to accomplish on the levels that we were, I feel like they saw that as a threat and they wanted control of that. And with me in the situation, they couldn't control it.
yeah. Do you think Shaka was a part of all of that?
I don't think
Or
so. I
knew
don't want to think
anything?
so. Um, I feel like he got put into a position where he
He had to pick
had he.
sides?
I feel like he got put into a position where he had a bigger name artist that had a lot of influence in the lane that was pretty much letting him know like if you mess with this guy, I'm gonna have to distance myself from you. And still at that point, I don't feel like that was enough for him to say like, oh, fuck my best friend, I'm not gonna be cool with him. But then they put stuff out there and made me look like I was a bad guy. And from Shaka's point of view, you know, I understand where he was coming from with being like, hey, if this is true and this is what this guy's doing, I don't want any part of it.
Yeah.
My only issue with Shaka when it comes to that is now he knows that that's not the case and that that's bullshit. And he was pretty loud about, disrespecting me and speaking on it when it happened. But now that he knows that that's not the truth, he's been silent on it. That's my only issue when it comes to Shaka, is that he hasn't. And Dagburn said the same thing on his live today. He said, why have none of y'all came out and said, "Hey, I was wrong about what I said about B Millie"?
Yeah. Why did he? I wonder if he saw your post about the interview.
I don't know.
But hold on. Let me check my questions.
Yeah, we kind of went all the way deep into the ocean.
Yeah. Uh, that like you said, your TikTok got hacked and all of that.
My TikTok still hacked.
Do you think you and Shaka will ever do a song in the future
Oh
again?
God, probably not. And that's sad to say. If I had it my way, yeah, we would. But just being with what's happened and not really knowing how he feels about everything that transpired, knowing what he knows now, and then seeing the people that he's working with now and how they would feel about that, like probably not.
Yeah, I get that.
And that's sad because that's somebody that I looked at as a brother, and I feel like he looked at me as a brother. And that's what I hate about this music game. Like when politics get involved is whenever shit starts to get watered down and it can really mess things up. And we had a real legitimate like brotherhood between not just me and him but other people within our group that, you know, over time like it dwindled. It went from way more people all the way down to 4 people, down to 3 people or whatever it is now.
Who who put out all that stuff about you? Who started it all?
I honestly I guess the TikTok guy, see the girl's legal guardian, I'm not sure who she spoke to, but I was told that she spoke to somebody within my group and that they encouraged her to go to the TikTok guy and have him post this. And I've spoke to 2 out of the 4 people in the group, and they're the one guy that got blamed for it. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't think he's the one that did it, but
Yeah.
I still get text messages from him. Like I have no problem with him. Last time I spoke to Shaka, it was, it's all love, like hope the best for you, keep going. I don't think it was Shaka. I think I know who the person was that encouraged this girl to go to the TikTok
Yeah.
person because it's been dead silent from them, which actions speak volumes. You know what I mean? Like way louder than words. Like sometimes silence can be way louder than somebody screaming on the internet. And I feel like the silence that I got from that person, and then the TikTok guy. I don't like him, but the things that he said to me were all true. Anything that I could fact check. And he told me that somebody within my crew that wasn't Shaka was the one that encouraged this girl to come to them. So, and the girl told me that, yeah, that was true. And she put a name on who it was, but I don't think that's who it was. I think that that's who she was told to put the file on.
Yeah.
And if it
Uh
was, the person she said it was, then that's unfortunate because I like the guy, had a lot of love for him, and like I said, I still talk to him from time to time. He just messaged me on July 4th, wishing me a happy holiday. So,
Yeah.
and
Um.
as much as I'll get into all that situation, bro, is like my TikTok was hacked, it's still hacked. You can go on my B Millie TikTok account and see I'm not the one running it. Somebody's been on there selling shit on live, like doing whatever they do. At some point in December, my Gmail started getting hacked from an iPhone 16, which I don't have. It
Yeah.
started getting hacked from Florida, New York, different places around where I live, and that went on all the way from December up until the time that me and Shaka's album dropped, which was in April. So you've got a 4 to 5 month span that my account was getting hacked that has the passwords to all of my social media attached to them. And at the times that they were getting hacked, like I'm realizing, like, hey, somebody's getting on my account, and I'll go on there and log these accounts out,
Yeah.
and I would go back and check a day or two later, and they would be logged back into my accounts. And the funny thing about it is, magically, since all this shit happened, my accounts hadn't been logged into once from any of these places.
Yeah.
And the girl who was the guardian of the girl I was supposedly messaging, she ended up realizing this and realizing once she said that she went to the police, tried to file charges, they wouldn't because they said that it wasn't coming from me. The messages sent to the girl, like I would never message an underage girl. Like the same
Yeah.
exact girl, I have messages from her when she had messaged me a year ago saying she was 17, and I told her like I don't feel comfortable messaging you, even though she was just messaging being a fan of my music.
Yeah.
And it's just an unfortunate situation. Like they took a bunch of pictures that had already been leaked of me, pictures and videos, and then sent them to this girl and made it as if I'm sending it to her. And that should have been the telltale sign to anybody, is that every single one of these pictures or videos that are getting sent have already been leaked publicly. Like it's something that anybody could have got their hands on and sent to somebody.
Yeah. Um. How has that drama impacted your career?
I mean, greatly. Like, I went through. It didn't just impact my career, but it impacted my personal life. Like, uh, I went through getting harassed daily online, like going
Yeah.
on YouTube and literally like I couldn't scroll without seeing my name all through people's YouTube titles. And when you've got people thinking that you're the worst thing that you could be on the earth, in my opinion, uh, of course you're gonna get attacked like that, like and looked at sideways, and people not want to fuck with you. So whenever the truth comes out and it's super quiet, but the lie is super loud, the lie took more power than the truth did. You know what I'm saying? Because the lie was all across people's social media timelines. The truth was just here and there. And I, I'll encourage anybody that doesn't believe what I'm saying, like, go look at my Facebook account, look at my YouTube post, and you'll see where the girl's legal guardian is saying everything that I'm saying to you right now. Like, she messaged Shaka and other people involved in the situation and told them, like, he didn't do this, and I'll do anything I can, within my power to straighten it up. But to answer your question, like, it hurt. Like I was losing subscribers and followers by the hundreds at one point. And but it had a reverse effect. At the same time that it hurt, all these people that didn't have a clue who I was, now that the truth has came out, like they're listening to my music.
Yeah.
Like my subscribers right now has went up 1100 over the last, I think, 30 some days, and my monthly listeners on Spotify has went way up. All my numbers have went up like now that the truth came out, because they really put my name in front of way more people than already knew my name. And now
Yeah.
that people are starting to slowly be able to look at the evidence and make up their mind for themselves, like what the truth was, like a lot of those people have became fans of my music.
Yeah. Um, how did you get people to believe the truth?
I didn't try to force anybody to believe the truth. I just posted the truth, which was just me posting a screenshot of what the girl's legal guardian was saying, and her
Yeah.
getting on the post and commenting the same shit.
Yeah.
Um, Behind the scenes prior to that, I had showed people multiple things, pointing to the fact that, I was innocent of that already. And a lot of people had already came to that conclusion on their own without having to see or hear from this girl's legal guardian.
Yeah.
But at this point, like whether people believe uh the truth or not, like all they got to do is look at the situation. Like we're how many months removed? Like 3 months removed from the situation, and I'm still sitting here a free man. I've never been charged with anything. Like if I did what they said I'm accused of doing, like I would be sitting in jail right now. I would have charges placed against me. Like it's pretty cut and dry what would have happened if that was true.
Why do you think they set you up?
Jealousy from some people. I don't know who set me up exactly. So
Yeah.
that's a hard question for me to answer. Like I think on a grand scheme, like people wanted to get me and Shaka away from each other. They tried leaking pictures of me from years ago, videos of me from years ago. They thought that would work. That didn't work. So
Yeah.
the day after our album drops, hey, let's make it look like he's just the biggest piece of shit ever. And I feel like, it boils down to what I'd already said. Like they saw us moving together as a unit, as a threat, and they wanted to do anything they could to come between that. And some of the people that I do know that were a part of it, they had hatred towards me and Shaka and wanted to see us split apart and not be successful as much as they could. And the best way to do that was to get us away from each other. You've got somebody in me who has been doing this for a while, has a lot of knowledge, and starting to put out the best music of my life, combined with a kid who um, is a generational talent who grinds his ass off, and I grind my ass off, and then you put us together, and we're lifting each other up. Like the proof is in the pudding with just the success the album was already having. Like
Yeah.
imagine what that album would have did after it had 2 or 3 music videos from it put online, and it was promoted more and more. Like that album would have been far more successful than it already was. So there was people that wanted to see us away from each other because they didn't want to see us succeed.
This is my thing. I want to. I'm sure you can't answer this, but why target you? Why not go after Shaka?
I'm the easy target. There was already shit out about me, and they did try to go after Shaka. They his baby mama had sent someone a video of him saying shit whenever he was asleep, that once he woke up and they asked, like he had a completely different answer. But they did go after Shaka, but just not on the same scale that they did me. And with me, there was all these pictures and videos that they had to go with to run with. You know what I'm saying? Like with Shaka, they didn't have that. And another thing, like I'm just one of those personalities, like either you love me or hate me, and like I was the easy guy
Yeah.
to go at. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I Shaka doesn't have the past I have. Like I have the past of being locked up, of addiction, and going through a lot of shit that he hadn't been through. So it was easier to paint my character in a negative form and spin that narrative than it would have been to do that to Shaka.
Yeah. Somebody in the comments has got a question for you.
Where, yeah, I was in there, Karma. If you go watch the Tommy G video, like I'm all throughout the video. I'm actually in like the first like 2 or 3 minutes, standing in front of Shaka's truck wearing a orange Tennessee hat and a Tennessee shirt, talking to Tommy G about the fentanyl epidemic in our area.
Yeah.
And I'm also on there riding a 4 wheeler. I'm on there, damn. Me and Shaka's Country King song is actually on that episode too.
Where were you raised? How were you raised?
I was raised in Piney Flats, Tennessee, the same area I live now. Um, I was raised by my mom and dad until age 12. My dad committed suicide, and from there, I was raised by my mom and my grandmother, but mainly my mom. And I have an older sister who's 7 years older than me, but I was raised in probably the most country area in East Tennessee. Like I could like if I literally walk outside, like that's all you see around you is damn country. Like there's
Yeah.
3 farms within a quarter mile of my house.
Uh, what would you have done if the drama and all that would have ruined your career?
I mean, the same thing I'm doing now. Like I still live an average person's life. Like I still get up and
Yeah.
go work a 9 to 5 blue collar job. I still am a part of raising 2 kids. Like I would still be doing the same thing that I'm doing now, but depending on who you ask, like a lot of people will say that it did ruin my career either way, but that's what they want, so I'm not gonna give that to them and let them do that. That's why I've released so much music recently. Like I've released 5 songs on streaming, 3 songs on YouTube. Like I've released 8 songs since all this shit happened. And that was just me like being like, hey, I'm still here, I'm not going anywhere, and I can stand on my own 2 feet. Like I
Yeah.
don't need another man to validate me or to carry me or to ride their coattails. Like, and this is no disrespect to Shaka, but when I met Shaka, I was already I was at a show performing with Struggle Jenny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I had already had, small successes in my career and did my own thing outside of Shaka Hustle Man. So, me and him linking up added to me, it added to him. But, I was doing my thing before then and I continue to do it now. Like,
Yeah. So you're saying if it wasn't for Shaka, nobody would know who y'all are? Do you think that?
am I saying what?
No. Or do you think that if it wasn't for Shaka and you, that nobody would know who y'all are?
As far as who are you referring to when you say who we are?
You and Shaka, like as country rappers. What I'm saying is the.
No, what I'm saying is the opposite of that. I'm saying regardless
Oh yeah, I
of
get it.
if I ever met Shaka, people already knew who I was.
Yeah.
Just maybe
Okay.
not so much in the country rap lane. And regardless of if Shaka ever met me, like I'm pretty sure he would have went on and had his successes with music. I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like I helped him fast track that in many ways, but and he'll say the same thing and has said the same thing. Like I kind of gave him knowledge that helped him skip years of having to do things the hard way and go about things the wrong way to figure out the right way. Like so, I feel like we helped each other, but I feel like either way, like um his talent's inevitable. Like he would do his thing whether he ever had met me, and I was already doing me before I met him, so regardless,
Yeah.
like I feel like yeah, we added each other, but regardless, like we'll both still be fine without each other.
Okay. You said you were doing a show with Struggle at the point. How did you meet Struggle?
I met Struggle in 2010 doing a show with Jelly Roll in Tennessee.
How'd y'all how'd you get or did you open for him or were y'all
Yeah,
both
I
doing the show?
opened for Struggle at dispensary in Abingdon, Virginia, and a guy had came in and opened this dispensary that had a lot of connections with different people in the music industry, and he started throwing these bigger shows, and he became aware of who I was, being a local talent, and he started giving me opportunities, putting me on shows like that show, and then the following show with Tech Nine at the same place.
Uh what motivates you to keep putting out music?
I enjoy it. Like I enjoy the process of making music. Like it's just something that I love to do. And at this point, like if it wasn't for that, like I probably wouldn't make music.
Yeah.
But I just enjoy making music. It's my passion. So it's not really any there's no motivation really needed. Like it's just natural. Like yesterday, I told you I finished recording a new song for my album, and
Yeah.
I literally just heard a beat and was influenced by what I heard, and then a couple of hours later, I had a new song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you want to tease any music on here you can. It's up to you.
Man, I might here in a minute.
Um yeah, would you ever do a country album?
No,
May I ask why is that?
in my opinion, to do a country album, like you've got to be able to sing pretty decently, and like that's like I can harmonize, like I can do melodies, but I can't
Yeah.
belt out a somebody say like I can't do that. That's not
Yeah.
me. So not everybody
Uh,
can transition over to that lane. And I feel like we're seeing that now. Like we're seeing everybody try to transition to that lane.
yeah.
And in some cases, it's done well, and in some cases it just sounds like trash.
Yeah. Well, I asked this with a lot of artists that come on here. Uh, would you ever be in a movie?
Hell yeah.
And what character do you think you would play?
Probably the bad guy. I would
Yeah.
probably be like the tattered up guy that just came home from prison that's robbing the banks. Like, but
You and Jelly Roll in a movie playing the bad guys? That would be fire.
that would be dope. I've did like some small acting stuff here and there, and like I loved it. So yeah, I would damn sure enjoy acting in a movie.
Would you ever do a song with a big country artist, but you
Yeah,
have your own rap part?
most definitely.
What
I mean,
artist
I
would what artist would you want to do it with?
I mean, I've already got 3 songs with who with Jelly, but they're rap songs.
Yeah,
Um, if I was to do a song with a big country artist, it would probably be with Jelly, but you getting the 2025 version of me, which is a whole lot higher skilled, better
yeah,
version, and him singing like a chorus.
yeah. How did you meet Jelly Roll?
Whenever I was how old was I at the time? I, this was around like 2010, 2011. I had a manager at the time,
Yeah,
and my manager had ties to Jelly's people, and I had started looking online across the landscape of artists that were doing shit in Tennessee, and he was
yeah,
one that kind of popped out to me. I was like, damn, this dude's dope. I would like to work with him. And then I ended up figuring out what it would take to do that and making that happen. And then me and him finally met doing shows together. Like I got booked on shows to open up for him in
yeah.
Kentucky and in Tennessee, and then me and him met. Like we were ended up being cool, and still are. Like anytime I see Jelly, like it's all love.
Uh, I want. I did. I should have asked this question before when you were explaining all the drama and stuff. Uh, do you think like Adam Calhoun? You think he was a big part of it?
Um, I don't know if he was a big part of what was going on behind the scenes with it, as far as like me getting hacked. But as far as the narrative getting pushed about me and getting
Yeah,
Shaka away from me, like 110% know that he was a big part of it.
yeah,
I mean, he was on lives talking shit about me. So, that answers it, for itself. Like he was out of his own mouth speaking down on me. He was calling Shaka, telling Shaka like he was gonna have to separate himself from the situation, from fucking with Shaka because of Shaka fucking with me. Um, and the biggest YouTube account that was trying to spin this negative narrative about me is somebody that is an Adam Calhoun supporter that's always trying to spin things in Adam's favor. So I, and that same YouTube account, whenever the truth came out, refused to speak about it. They had all the facts laid out in front of them, way more facts than they had of me being guilty that they ran with, but
yeah.
they refused to speak about it whenever all the facts came out that I was innocent. So I 100% know that he played a part in that.
Okay. The person that hacked your account and people that you think are involved with it. Do you think the person that actually did it will ever speak out?
No, because it would absolutely ruin any credibility that they have in this music, and I'm pretty sure that the person that did it is somebody that's still trying to pursue doing stuff in this music.
Yeah. Do you think it was a rapper?
Yeah. Not only do I think it's a rapper, I think I know exactly who it was. But
Yeah.
I'll keep that to myself because I don't have a hundred
You don't
percent
have the
proof of
proof.
that. So I'm not gonna say that it was for sure. But like I said earlier, silence speaks louder than words sometimes.
Yeah. Is there any country rappers that you would ever never do songs with?
There's a whole lot of country rappers I would never do a song with. I
Hold
would
on.
never, I would never do a song with Adam Calhoun. I would never do a song with Justin Time. That's why when you put them in your top three, I just kind of like, dang, because it wouldn't matter if I got paid. Like if somebody messaged me right now and said I'll give you 2 grand to do a verse on a song with one of them, I wouldn't do it.
What about Big Murph?
Big Murph, I would I wouldn't have any issue doing a song with Big Murph.
See, Big Murph, he lives right down the road from me.
Yeah,
I've
Big
never
Murph.
actually, I've
Uh,
never actually met him, but
I met Big
I know
Murph
he
in
lives right down the road.
Nashville, and it was just a quick "Hey, what's up?" in passing in the studio, but he seemed like a cool guy. Like he puts out some cool music. I know he does the Redneck Brawl stuff.
Yeah,
I would like for Big Murph to set up a fight between me and Adam at the Redneck Brawl. That's what I would like Big Murph to do.
bro. Yeah. Uh,
You notice that Adam always talks about people on the internet and says they would never really do anything in real life, and he says he wants to fight. But whenever I called him out, he went silent.
yeah. This is another question I asked just about every one of them. What's your thoughts on all the Upchurch stuff? The
Oh
way
God.
Upchurch is going.
Well, we got put in the middle of that for a while, so I have a lot of thoughts about it. But at this point, I feel like he got a lot of the people away from him that he needed to get away from him. As far as like some of the stuff that he does and posts online, like I won't get into all of it because I feel like he could, as somebody with such a big following, I feel like he could present himself more professionally.
Yeah,
But I don't think he's 100% right with everything he says, but I don't think he's 100% wrong either. And I used to be one of those that thought he was 100% wrong until I got to see both sides of the coin. And I got
yeah.
to see how some of these people operate that he talked about. And then I was like, oh, well, damn, like he's not 100% crazy.
Do you think it's the people making him crazy, or do you think it's drugs?
I don't know if it's even the people that are doing anything to him. Uh, I think maybe it's himself kind of hyper focusing on certain shit.
Yeah,
And then when you're doing that, drugs don't help. And I'm 100%. That's something. Let's rewind with everything we've talked about.
okay.
You want me to tell you my honest opinion of why I think Shaka felt a need to get away from me beyond all this internet shit that y'all don't see, is that probably a month or two leading up to our album drop, I had relapsed and was getting high, and then I had got back on the right path by the time our album dropped, but there was certain shit going on behind the scenes that Shaka was seeing that. And I think that made him feel like, hey, he's going down a negative path. And with everything else that was going on, instead of doing what he would have did in the past, which he had done once before, would be like, hey, you're fucking up. Like, bro, you need to get your shit together and call me out on it. And he did that, and I got my shit back together. He just kind of let it go because he was like, oh, well, I've got every reason and everybody in the world right now telling me to not fuck with this guy, and he's over here crashing out on his own. So let me just let him crash out.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
and
Go ahead.
that's another thing that I want to speak on is that with this situation, this is another thing I don't understand. as far as Shaka publicly bashing me, is that, and that's why I feel like Adam played a part in all this, is
Yeah,
because I told Shaka, I said, look, bro, and I did this a couple of times with him. I said, if you think that it would be in your best interest for your career to separate yourself from me, I want you to do that. Because I always tried to put what was best for his career first instead of trying to put, what's best for me first.
yeah,
And I told him that with this situation, and he could have easily just said, "Yeah, bro, I think that's what's best," and just went on his own way. Instead, a couple days later, he's on the internet bashing me, and I feel like he was kind of pressured to do that by Adam. Is you
yeah.
got to publicly talk about this and uh, let everybody know, fuck this guy. Da, 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 da. Like, I felt like he was pressured into doing that.
Do you think Adam was paying him to say all of that?
I don't think he was paying him to say it, but um, I I won't say anything more about that. But I don't think he was necessarily saying, "Hey, I'll give you this
Oh, it's
money
okay.
to go say this." But I know different things about different shit behind the scenes, but I don't think they tie into this, so I just leave it at that.
Okay. What is your biggest song that you released?
Star with Jelly Roll
Why do you think it's big? Why do
because
you
of
think it got?
Jelly Roll
Yeah,
success,
yeah,
and it was a song that we had released in 2012. And whenever I came home from prison and streaming was a thing, I re-released it in 2021, and I re-released the other two songs I have with Jelly. My top three streaming songs are songs with Jelly Roll.
yeah,
And it's kind of obvious to say why those are my top three stream songs. Outside of that, my biggest songs are Keep Pushing, which is just a real motivational type song. Until I Get Rich and Leveled Up. And all those kind of like, not until I get rich, but Leveled Up and Keep Pushing, like, are the type of songs that give people that vibe of what I told you I want people to get from my music. And
yeah,
that's being able to see that no matter where you're at in life, like, you can pick yourself up off the ground, dust yourself off, and then choose a new path and choose to do better and choose to live better and choose to be anything you want in life. Let's break this down for people. And this is not me saying Shaka's faking anyway, as far as him being a country rapper, because he's country as a motherfucker. Um, but Shaka Hustle Man, uh, 2 to 3 or so years ago, um, made some money off Bitcoin, decided he wanted to fix up an old truck, and started putting out country rap music. Before then, he wasn't a country rapper. I've heard old Shaka music. Like, he wasn't a country rapper. He just, you can be anything that you want to be in this world if you decide that you want to be that and you're willing to put in the work to do it.
yeah,
That's what he wanted to be, and look where he's at now.
yeah.
Look what he's accomplished over the last 3 years.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Like I usually don't say this stuff until I have this stuff planned. I'm working on getting an interview with Shaka, and hopefully I can get him up here.
I wish you the best, and I hope you're able to. I can't speak for him. I don't know, what his schedule's like. I don't
Yeah.
know what his feelings on everything is.
Oh, I had Adam Calhoun say he would come up too.
Hey, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those
Steve.
guys that's gonna tell you to like pick sides or don't fuck with this person, don't fuck with that person. Like, I want everybody to enjoy the music that they enjoy,
I will be
Um,
honest. I support Adam. I support Shaka. I support just about everybody in the country lane.
and that's dope, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know who Rich Regal is?
Yeah, I've never met him, but I know who he is. Yeah,
Yeah, he was my first interview.
that's dope.
And then
And he's
Hard
how
Target,
old is Rich Regal?
I have no clue.
I heard you about to say Hard Target. Hard Target is somebody that I was happy I found his music, and I didn't know who he was until Shaka told me about his music and said, "Hey, I'm gonna work with this guy some." And in my opinion, if you want to hear the best version of Shaka, go listen to the first, song that he did with Hard Target.
And I did an interview with Fedora Mike too.
Fedora Mike's a cool guy. I've got to meet him on a couple occasions, and he's a cool cat. And like, I want to clarify, like, what my reasoning was whenever I said, like, with Justin Time, that I necessarily just don't want to work with him or wouldn't want to work with him. And that's because whenever all this stuff happened with me and Shaka, Justin was the first one to swoop in and not offer any help as far as, man, I know you're going through it. He just wanted to buy my half of the album.
Yeah,
And part of the agreement that we had was that on any platform he was a part of or people he messed with, they wouldn't speak anything negatively about me. And literally within a week, he's on a podcast with Adam Calhoun as Adam's dogging me out, and he's just sitting there laughing.
yeah,
So that to me showed me, like, he wasn't necessarily a man of his word, because he went against what he had told me. And another thing that I necessarily am not a big fan of is him saying that it took a city slicker to come show you country boys how to do it. Like,
yeah,
you're in country rap, like that's the genre that's really like putting money in your pockets, but you're knocking country people. Like, I don't get that. And I also behind the scenes got to see how he talked to some of his workers, kind of like they were bitches. Like, go do this, go do that. And I just wasn't feeling that.
what would be your best advice to a songwriter like me?
Find find like some talented artists that are looking for songwriting and lock in with them, and you know, try to damn get things going that way, or find um they have people who are like mediums for songwriters, who like kind of like a manager, who will take your stuff and submit it to different people who are working on albums. Like, find somebody like that. I know,
My,
like an artist like myself, like, it's kind of taboo for me because I come from the old school vibe of, like, I write my own shit. Like, so I would never like take a song from somebody else that was wrote and then
yeah,
record it and put it out. Like, I would just feel like a fraud doing that.
yeah, uh,
But artists using songwriters, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just something that I don't feel like I could personally do.
yeah. What made you want to do this interview with me?
Because I see you as a younger cat that's trying to get into the lane, and I always root for the underdog. Like, I had bigger YouTube channels that have, asked to speak to me about these different situations, and at the time I wasn't mentally ready to talk about all this shit. And instead of like going back to them and be like, hey, I'm ready to talk now, like, you just kind of came along at the right time. and I was like, hey, like, seems like a cool
Yeah.
kid. Like, let's fuck with him and do this interview, and hopefully a year from now, 2 years from now, I look back at it and you're up here and your name's bigger than mine is, and I'm just like, damn, that's dope. I did an interview with him. Like,
No, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at what somebody said. Uh,
I feel
do
you,
you
man.
have any? You got any questions you want to ask me?
Um, what are your goals? What are your goals with what you're doing?
Just to get to know like the country rappers and get to know like what got them started and they how they expect to move on in their career. Yeah. I actually did an interview last Sunday that wasn't with it. He's the first guy that I interviewed that was not a country rapper. He's a reactor.
Who is that?
His name's Uncle Beto.
I don't think I've heard of him. How'd you end up running into him?
There's this podcast that I was actually invited on. It's called Two Girls One Pod.
Okay.
Um, and Hard Target and all of them
Interesting
are
name, but okay.
involved involved with them.
Do you know where the two girls one stuff comes from, right?
No,
You don't know where that originates? All right.
no,
I'll leave it there. I'll let you figure it out.
yeah,
It
but
comes it comes from some old porn stuff. But yeah, it's two girls. Look it up sometime on your own. It's two girls, one cup.
yeah, but it's they invited me up just do you know who Crawfish Creations is?
Nah.
Well, all of them. He's actually the one that I was trying to get an interview with him because he's not really an artist. He's a YouTuber, and I added him on Instagram and I was like, "Hey, would you be interested in doing an interview?" He said no, he wouldn't, but he said, "I want to send you this podcast I'm on every. I think it's every Wednesday, Friday." And he said, I would want to send you their Instagram and hit them up, and I would love for you to come up. So I came up and we just talked about random crap. Like we talked about, you know who Colby Myers is?
Yeah.
Me, I don't know if you know this. A lot of people don't know this. I tell everybody this on there. When I first started, me and Colby Myers, I took something the wrong way that he said to me, and it started a beef. And then Dag Byrne got involved and got his channel taken down because he was trolling me. And they said he was disrespecting me and everything.
So what was the reason for him getting his channel taken down?
Because at that time I was 17 and he was trolling me and he was going off on Kobe because Kobe was talking to a minor is what he said. But me and Kobe technically was just responding to some me DMing him.
Right.
And then he said something in the comments and I took it the wrong way. And like I don't know if he had a bad day or something, but he took it the wrong way. I took it the wrong way. And then he started babbling on the internet about it and everything. And then I responded back, and then he made a whole video about me with my response in it. but you can't find that video anywhere because all that's been taken down.
Man, all I can tell you about Dagburn is like from the day that
Oh,
I met him,
I
like
mean,
he supported me and Shaka to the fullest, and we had everybody and their mama try to get us to not fuck with him. And to this day, like Dagburn is one of the rare ones that like speaks up and says, "Hey, the way y'all did B Millie's fucked up,"
yeah,
and I can't help but have respect for somebody that has did nothing but show me respect. Like, and I'm not one of them people that judges people based on like their other interactions with people or shit they did in the past. Like, I just base just like how I'm basing you just on what I see. Like,
yeah,
what you had going in the past with Kobe or whoever. Like, that's not gonna change like how I feel about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I took that same approach with Dagburn, and like I still fuck with Dagburn.
yeah.
Uh, hell, I was just watching one of his lives earlier. He's entertaining to me. Like his voice cracks me up.
I still try to. I still support Dagburn in every way. Even after he did that, I still support him. And I have actually publicly apologized to him for me going off on him because he was trolling me. And he hasn't he didn't respond or nothing, so I just left it at that.
It's better sometimes just to leave things be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that maybe for the best, just to leave it in the past. Just keep
but
doing what you're doing.
Me and Kobe are cool now.
That's good, bro.
I actually that day that Dagburn was trolling me. The only reason I know he got his channel taken down is because Kobe called me personally and was like, "Hey, no," he was warning me about Dagburn because at that point Dagburn was like he Kobe didn't support him, and Kobe and Dagburn like had their own problems
All right.
because Dagburn don't support Kobe, but now he is. Hold on, sorry, I got to reading a comment. Uh, he is now since Kobe is messing with Upchurch. Now Dag Burns on Kobe's side.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to get into all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
because I don't understand some of it. Some of it I do. Like, uh, I don't think Dak Byrne ever really hated Up Church. I think that he wasn't feeling the way Up Church kind of came at him on the internet.
yeah. I know he was
But
always trolling.
I don't. That's the thing, and that'll show you my country rap knowledge. Is
Yeah,
that I had no idea about any of that when I met Dak Byrne.
yeah,
Like I didn't know about him and Upchurch's past. I didn't know about any of that shit that went on. Like I do now, like because went back and studied. Like once I realized like a good amount of my listeners were gonna be from the country rap lane, like I went and kind of like did my homework on the country rap
yeah,
shit and figured out who certain people were, like and what role they played. And I was happy to see Dag Burn get another chance because I
yeah,
feel like everybody deserves that chance to damn let's scrub what happened in the past unless you just did some certain foul shit. But unless you didn't do like a certain level of foul shit, like let's scrub all that and let's give you a chance to a fresh slate and not judge you based on the past. Let's judge you based on what you're doing today, type shit.
Yeah, and that another thing about Dagburn is the reason I got as many subscribers as I was is when he was reacting to the video I made about Colby. And then when he got done, he was like, "Y'all go subscribe to this person. Y'all go subscribe to him." And that's the reason I've got all the most of the subscribers I have. So I really do appreciate him with that. I mean, I haven't really lost any since that went down.
Bro, I tell you,
But
like,
but the way I feel about it is now that me and Dag Burns had that beef, they're not gonna unsubscribe to me because they're gonna see what I say about Dag Burn and they go run to him and say that I'm saying stuff about him. That's how I feel about it.
man, I don't know. Like, I really wasn't. I didn't know that y'all had a past like the beef or all that shit. Like I said, like I've been taking a break from the internet and really
Yeah,
kind of just falling back doing me. So like I miss a lot of stuff that happens on the internet when it comes to stuff like that. But I
yeah,
hate that y'all had that issue. But hell, it ain't nothing that you can't get past. You know what I'm saying? Like and
yeah.
keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I still talk to Colby every now and then.
Hell yeah.
I've actually asked him to do an interview, but he said he wasn't down to do no interviews with anybody.
Right.
Yeah. He said he's just not, he said he just wasn't about that life.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
he's. I mean, in my opinion, he seems more like the interview guy instead of like somebody being interviewed.
Yeah.
And
You got any,
I think he does good at that. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. You got any more questions you want to ask me? Because
nah,
I'm done with
bro.
all.
I think we're good. Hell, I'll play this little shit on the way out, but I appreciate you and appreciate your time and hopefully people will tune into this and get to know you more. Hopefully they'll tune into it and get to, figure out
Yeah.
more about who I am and my situation and we both have good futures, successful futures, bro.
Yeah, I will keep every time you really. I know I've been supporting your music lately, but
Hell, I
like I
support it all the time. Like that shit don't bother me a bit, bro.
like I
Like
said, like I said, if you need to promote a song, just send me a little snippet of it, and I'll post it everywhere and help you promote it.
yes, that's appreciated. Like whenever you had mentioned, like I ain't trying to bother you. Like shit, that stuff don't bother me. Like I appreciate it when people post my stuff and
Yeah.
help get the music out there more.
When I end the live, I'm gonna mention you in it. I do it with all the artists, but I couldn't mention before we went live.
Oh, that's straight. It's all good.
Okay, I guess that's it.
All right, brother.
Check my bank account, let's put it
Okay.
on.
I'm gonna play this on the way out.
Is this a new one?
This is one of the two new songs that I recorded recently.
Back on the grind.
Have a good
Back
one, brother. I'm gonna put you closer to the speaker.
back, bitch. Shining in this bitch like a motherfucker. And ain't a damn thing you could do to stop it. Back on the grind. Back in the gym. Back stacking wins. Yeah, I'm back being him. Yeah, I'm back, bitch. Shining in this bitch like a motherfucker. And ain't a damn thing you could do to stop it.